being there.
Okay, guys. Good morning. Welcome to our GetFitCREW Team call. We are January, what are we, the 21st. Oh my God, the month's almost over. All right. And I want to give a big shout out to Natalie that she's awake in Vegas on this call. 8 a.m. our time, 5 a.m. her time.
Yeah.
Awesome job, girly. Let me share my screen just so I can do a couple things real quick. Plus, I need my screen shared for everything. All right. I want to go through a couple things here. I want to welcome everybody, as we always do on our calls. I want to go through some of the updated info. I went through these challenge packs last week's call. So we have the quarter force, and don't forget you have the digital 21-day fix extreme performance pack challenge pack. So if it's somebody that really doesn't want Shakeology, you can talk to them about the performance pack, the performance line that they can get with it, which I never really believed in any of those pre-workouts and post-workout things for recovery and stuff like that. And then I decided, well, you know what, with quarter force, I was so sore I couldn't walk sometimes the next day. So, we were in the test group, so I commented and posted in there if anybody used anything to recover, like did the recover really work? And some people, like Mike Greenberg, he's like, you're a coach and you're asking, does recover really work? And I was like, well, I don't know, I don't use it, but everyone said it really works. So I got the chocolate, I tried it. I can't go a workout without it, and when I do, I am so sore. So you still feel some of the sore, because I like to feel a little bit of the sore because then I know what I'm doing, but you don't feel like you can't walk or you can't lift your arms to wash your hair. So it definitely works. It definitely works. Alex loves Energize. I've never tried the Energize. Focus Energy is just enough for me. I'm already hyper. I'm wide awake Saturday morning when I should still be sleeping, and all I've had was French toast. So I don't need it. You have the quarter force kickstart. Don't forget, kickstart means that it's your regular challenge pack with Shakeology in the program with a 3-day refresh bumped in there. And then the country heat challenge pack price is now forever going to be $140. So it's never going to fluctuate. It will always be $140. Another thing that I want to remind you guys about, Team Cup. Make sure you are registered or leading a team. My team is done. I need some of you guys to lead teams. If you're posting in the group and people aren't commenting back, message them. Just be like, hey, I know that you wanted to, like Natalie, I had told you Adriana wanted to lead too, so maybe you guys can kind of like help each other lead your team or whatnot if we don't have enough people that want to. But start messaging people right from our team page. Message them, be like, hey, you want to join my Team Cup team?
Right.
Because just joining that Team Cup can really help them maybe get into the business thing, or maybe instead of listening to me as a leader, listening to somebody else, it might click better for them and it might help them in their business and stuff like that. So make sure that we reach out and message. I have syrup all over the counter. Make sure we reach out. I'm like, why are my fingers sticking to the counter? What is going on? Make sure we reach out to everyone on the team page, especially the ones that you see that are always active, posting in there, welcoming their coaches and things like that. They're obviously building the business, so this is something they'd be interested in. Maybe they just don't understand Team Cup that much, which I will explain it a little bit more in a few minutes. Our new coaches, wanted to welcome everybody again to the crew. And Natalie is still on the board for Business Starter, so great job, girl. I want to see you bump up to Team Builder. So make sure you go into FAQ if you're not sure where you need to be for that. A lot of times if you go in where I'll show you in your back office where you can click Leadership Ladder, it'll tell you what you need to get to the next rung, which the next rung for you is Team Builder. So it'll tell you how much commission you need, how many Success Club points you need, which you're fine with Success Club points. So it'll tell you everything that you need to get to that next one.
Okay.
Everybody should really be shooting for Team Builder. And it's basically how you're helping your team get their Success Club points and things like that. Rock stars for this month. Everybody is killing it so far. A few of you are only 1 or 2 people away from hitting that Success Club and getting that your $25 earned for, what is it? I think it ended up being $25 a month earned for your money backs for Winter Summit, which everybody should be registered for. It's going to be a blast. The first time Amy and I went to this Winter Summit in the cabins was amazing for us. Amazing for us. Like, I mean, Amy was even up sometimes till 1 a.m. because we were just brainstorming and we didn't even realize what time it was. So we were up late, like we couldn't take in enough. There was like so much there for us to take in, and it was awesome. And there weren't a lot of like, I was nervous to go because I was like, oh, are they going to play a lot of those like silly group games to make us bond? And it wasn't anything like that. We had breakfast together. We did workouts together. We ate dinner together. You know, we went and did some things. So it's a great experience. It's a great way to meet face to face. A lot of people that you only know through your computer screen. It's a great way to really bond more with the team, which helps push you a little bit more with your business. So if you're not registered, get registered. I wanted to open it up really quick. I know we only have a few of us on here this morning, but I wanted to open it up for any shout outs. I wanted to give Whitney a couple shout outs. The last team call, I told her that she needs to go live with cooking and her meals. And she totally did, like the next day or the day after. And it seemed like she had a lot of feedback, a lot of people liking and a lot of people commenting and things like that on the post. So great job on implementing what I told you that you should do that's going to help you. So just make sure that you continue doing it. And then it's just going to become a habit that people are going to look for that. They're going to look for your live videos. They're going to look at what you're making, because people sometimes don't want to just see the recipe. Sometimes they want to see exactly how it's being prepared, how it's being cooked, how everything's going. So great job on that. And then I wanted to give you a shout out for what Amy had posted also. She gave you a shout out for the same thing, how you tagged your accountability people. That's big, 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 not only just in this business, but big personally. It's a great feeling to see yourself tagged in somebody else's when they're saying, you know, I want to thank my accountability partners for, you know, helping me. And it can be for your workouts. It could be for business stuff too. You know, like, oh, I really didn't feel like doing any work today, but, you know, thanks to my success partners, you know, I did it. Or I was feeling very overwhelmed today, and after a call with my success partners, I'm feeling a lot better. So I wanted to say thank you, something like that to tag. So I definitely wanted to give you those shout outs. Those are great things, and it's something that we should do. I know Amy and I spoke about it a few times about starting to tag people in our posts, because when we were doing the Quarter Force test group, we did a lot of that, a lot of tagging our accountability partners, because we had accountability partners in the group. We had our little nutrition ninjas. So we would tag each other a lot with our small little group. You know, when we posted our food, or, you know, when I would post my food pictures, I would thank my nutrition ninjas for keeping me on track with my food for that day or whatever. And I really feel like it shows Facebook that we're not doing this alone, that we always have people that are with us. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really, really, really big thing. So I really think that as a team, we should implement that a little bit more. Don't be shy to tag. You guys can tag me in every single one of your posts. That doesn't bother me. I know some people are like, oh my God, but I don't want to tag too much because they might get mad. If they get mad, they'll tell you, hey, don't tag me. But I don't think anybody on this team would be that way. So make sure you're tagging, because I think it makes a really, really, really big difference. But I wanted to open the floor if anybody else had any shout outs. If you finished something that you wanted to shout out, or if you wanted to give someone else a shout out for something that they've done.
No, but I'm going to say, Whitney, you tagged everybody but me, and I'm the one who got you to do your work.
She's going to go back now and be like, what? I didn't? I could have sworn I did. You're probably normally the first one that she tags on that thing.
I know. We talk every morning.
It happens. I do that all the time. I'll be like, I forgot to tag the most important person. Yeah. It happens all the time. Mm-hmm. All the time.
I'm not mad at it.
I do that too, because normally they're the first one I think of. So I think I already put their name on there. So now I have a habit, like I have to make the habit of going back and reading my words, because sometimes it types the word that I didn't even say, or sometimes I'll speak it. So I always have to go back and do my words. So now when I tag, I always have to scroll and check all the people that I tag to make sure that I tagged everybody. Yeah, that definitely happens. It definitely happens. Okay, so let me get out of this just so I can show you the other screen I want to show you guys. Here it is, Beachbody. Okay, so what I want to show you on Beachbody. So when you first log in, you know you're logging into your customer account. You're not logging into your coach account, obviously. So when you're in here, if you click coach, you want to bring him the bench. Okay. Tell him I said hi. When you click coach, instead of just hovering over it and going right to coach online office, if you click coach and let the screen come up, this is what you see. Okay. So obviously for anyone that's going to lead a team cup, you can go right here to register. And for anyone that doesn't know what Team Cup is, it's just a very fun way to combine your Success Club points for the month to earn prizes. And the first prize is a Bluetooth speaker that says Team Beachbody. I think it says Team Beachbody on it. Oh, it doesn't show the prizes here. I had gotten an email. And you can win prizes. And then the top team gets to go to corporate and they get their name engraved in the little, I shouldn't say little, that's huge, in the Team Cup trophy. And your name will always be engraved in there. So for anybody, like I said, you just go here to register, but you need to know the rank of the people. You need their first and last name and their email address. That's all you need to get and their coach ID. So if you're leading, make sure whoever you have in like a group message that you ask them for those things. I mean, if they're in a group message on Facebook, you'll already have their first and last name, so you won't have to ask them that. But to get to everything else, if you look here on the left-hand side, see the My Challenge Tracker portal? You can get to it right from here. You don't have to worry about remembering the website. Look at Lucy. Look at her hair. You could tell she rolled all over the place. So you can click right here to get to the My Challenge Tracker portal to run your groups. Does anybody have a question about anything with the My Challenge Tracker portal? Have you guys been using that to run your challenge groups and everybody is okay with using it? There's no questions. Whitney's making a face. When you run your paid challenge groups, I don't run my free challenge groups on there because I think it confuses people because it asks you to log your Shakeology and your workout. And if you're just doing a 5-day like eat clean group, it makes it very difficult to run it in the app. So I use it for my programs and my Shakeology. I'll click on it so you could see what it looks like. If it's going to go, there it goes. Okay, so it'll show you whatever groups you have going at that time. So right now we have the health bet group going. But you can go into the group. That's how you can invite people in the group. You can schedule your posts right over here on the right. You can also, right here where it says challenge group guide, you can click there and it gives you the guide of what to post each day for your challenge group. You just have to pick what program you want. And they do have a multi-program guide. I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but it's the only one that's in black. They actually put together a multi-program guide. So if you run multi-program groups, which is what I run a lot of, it gives you things to post. So I'm going to click it just so you can see. Very slow today. So it'll tell you how to start your group, what to do, and then it gives you what to post. So week 0 is like prep week. So say you're going to start your group Monday the 30th. Then this Monday you would start prep. You would start like with week 0, and it's like a welcome, introduce yourself, all that kinds of stuff. But you can just copy and paste this to run your challenge groups. You don't have to think of things to post. I use these guides all the time when I first started because I had no idea what to run. What to post. I was like, what the heck am I going to post in these groups? So I use those all the time. Let me see the chat real quick. Oh, Natalie just typed that she has to get going. Have a safe flight home, Nat. So that is the guides that you can use in order to do your groups. So if you need more help with it, Whit, I could do a call with you and help you with the My Challenge Tracker app if you need it. So then that way you can understand how to use it for your groups and stuff. But what I wanted to show you guys too, where it says mobile enrollment, that's the TBB app. I have it saved separate, like on my phone and stuff, and I happened to find it on accident because I don't always click coach and then coach online office, but I happen to be on my iPad, and that's the only way you can do it. And I was like, oh my God, you can get to the mobile app right from here. I love this app. Are there glitches sometimes? Yes. They'll be like, oh, I didn't get the email. So sometimes when you send it to them, they don't always get it. But this is how I send all my orders to people. If they want a free membership, if they want to sign up as a coach, if they just want to buy like the boost or whatever, because you could do it even if they're just buying a program. So I'm going to make up an email address just to show you how to use it. But I want to get back to, I guess this is the home screen now. So when you go into it, it's going to ask you to log in. You log in just as you're logging into your Beachbody account. It's the same login. Just like with On Demand, it's the same. Everything Beachbody is that same login. Okay, so you always have to click yes that you have their permission to enter. And then here, I'll use my new email address because it's not in here yet. Okay, so I'm going to do enroll customer. Oh, yeah, that's right. Duh, I changed it. I already changed it. Tanya. Okay, there's a fake one. All right, so whether you're going to enroll them as a coach or enroll them as a customer, you click which one you want. And then you're going to put their first name, their last name. You can put their phone number if you want. Make sure if there's someone in Canada, you click here and you change it because they won't be able to finish their order if you don't put the right place. So make sure, and if the last person you did was Canada, it might be stuck on Canada. Make sure you put United States, okay? So then if you want to enroll without purchase, like if they just want the free membership, you click right here. If they want to buy something and you're sending them an actual order, you click there. Now, the first screen is always going to get you to a challenge pack. If they don't want a challenge pack, you go down to the bottom here where it says skip challenge pack purchase. And then from here, you can pick anything. Products, these are all the programs. All programs are under product. It's a lot of programs. And then also the face stuff is under product, the derm exclusive, okay? And then let me show you, if you go under Shakeology, you have all your shakes. That's where you'll find your boosts. So if they want, and make sure if they want it on auto ship, you pick the HD. If they don't, you can just do the one time. Okay. You have your vegan taste sampler where they can just do the vegan, but you have everything Shakeology on here, everything. And then I think the 7-day sampler should be on here, but I probably just scrolled right past it. Yep, there it is. So if somebody wants that 7-day sampler, you can send them the order. So say that's what they want. You click OK. And that's all they're getting. Here's their membership. Say they want the 7-day sampler, but they want the club membership. You can upgrade them to the club membership here and click OK. So when you go to the membership, you'll see free and you'll see the upgrade. So you can do either one. And then it's going to send them that. Obviously, they're not going to get charged until after their 30 days. Always click add to cart. And then you have to click submit. If you don't end up clicking that last submit, they're not going to get anything. They won't get an email or anything. But this is my favorite part. I'll go back to the home screen. Oops, that's not what I wanted. My favorite part to use this as follow-ups, right here, the question mark status. You could see what you've sent, and then you could click each person to see what you sent them when you send it to them. So when you follow up with them, you remember what program. Like, hey, we talked about 21-day fix. Just want to let you know it's back on special, blah, 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 whatever. So it's a great follow-up tool. You can also see who opened the email but who didn't pay by going under started. Because then you can see she opened it because she started it by clicking the link, but she didn't finish. So then you know how to start that conversation. I see that you opened the email, but you didn't complete your purchase. Did you have questions for me? Whatever, and find out what the issue is. So I love that you can use this as a tool to do your follow-ups because you can see if they started it, if they didn't finish it and stuff like that, to be able to contact them and find out what happened. Why didn't they finish their order? A lot of times it's going to be like, oh, it was more money than I expected, even though you explained to them all the costs. So, or sometimes it just could have been that, oh, I did it, but my credit card wasn't working, so I needed to do a new credit card. So it's good to make sure that you follow up with them. So to me, it's a great follow-up tool to go into when you're going to follow up with people that you've sent orders to. I have a day each week or like twice a month that I follow up with orders sent. And then that way I don't have to worry about remembering or writing down who I sent an order to or anything like that. I utilize this thing. So just so you can see, Whitney, because I think you had to step away. When you're using it and you send your order to follow up and see who you sent orders to, if you click the question mark that says status, you can see who you sent your orders to. who started their order and didn't finish. And then obviously who completed, but you don't need to worry about that. Look at the one on top. You get to see who completed. So yeah, I mean, you don't really have to follow up with them because they're going to show up in your back office. But it's really great because then you could, message this person, be like, hey, I saw that you opened the link, but you didn't finish. Was everything okay? Did I send you the wrong thing? I hope I didn't send you the wrong thing, just to find out why they didn't finish the order. And then the ones that just say sent, these people might not have gotten the email. So I always say, hey, I just wanted to check in with you, make sure you received your email. Sometimes it's going to get frustrating because, they'll tell you that they reach out to you. They want to do it. You do a phone call, you send them the order. They were ready to give you their credit card. They were just didn't want to read it out loud because of where they were or whatever. And then they don't finish the order for days and weeks. It's like, I don't understand, but it's a great tool to use for a follow-up tool. So those are the things that I noticed that were new to the back office that I wanted to show you guys on this call. Do you guys have any questions for me on any of this? Are you using this app to send orders? I think you guys are muted.
No, but I was going to ask you to show us how to do it, and then you did.
Perfect. I read your mind.
I used it once for somebody, but then they didn't obviously sign up.
Yeah. I just find sometimes it's a lot easier. Sometimes now I do their orders with them over the phone instead of emailing it to them. But I find it a lot easier for them instead of clicking shop and scrolling and finding it, or clicking coach and doing all that. It just makes it a little bit easier for them to get their stuff done.
Right. And then they actually get it right, because a couple times people don't get it
right.
They
order the wrong thing and then they blame it on you, like you told them to pick the wrong thing. Right. At least this way you talk to them about it. And a lot of times when I'm on the phone with them and they're like, yeah, email me the order, or while I'm messaging them, I do it right then and there. And I say, okay, so right now before I click submit, you wanted 21-day fix with the barista pack,
right.
and I break down exactly what they would want. And a lot of times I offer to do it over the phone for them if they know they don't want the club membership, because if I'm doing it for them, they can opt out of the club membership right then and there while I'm doing their order. So a lot of times I tell them that, because then while I have them on the phone, I'm like, if you want, we could do it now because you mentioned you don't want the club membership and you'll forget to cancel it in 30 days. If we do it now over the phone, I can opt you out of that and you'll never have access to it, so you'll never get charged. Because right before you check out, it says remove in parentheses next to the club membership.
That's when you go online and do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the app and I prefer to use the app because of the follow-up. But the only problem is I try to get everybody to sign up with a free membership in the beginning. And once they have your email in there, you can't use the app.
Unless they're signing up as a coach.
Yeah. It just, if they sign up as a coach, they can use the email already.
If they sign up as a coach, like say I had a customer account with Whitney, and me and you have been talking, and I wanted to sign up as a coach with you, me and you connected more or whatnot. You could just send me, oh my gosh, so cute. You could just send me the coach sign up through there with the email address and it'll do it. You just can't do it if they're going to sign as a customer. But
what if they're already under you? Like they're already free accounts under me. Can I
still can.
Coach? Okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Through the app, no matter who they are as a customer, whether it's you or someone else, if they're doing it as a coach, they can bump up and do it. You could do it in the app under you.
Good to know. Good to know.
So that you could do switching from customer to coach, no matter who they're under, they can do it.
Okay.
Because I do the same thing. I do the free membership. I'm actually going to be posting in my free group again today, reminding everybody about the free membership that I offer with the group so they can get their memberships.
I've been sending a lot of free samples, and what I'm trying to do is when I need their address, I give them the link to the free membership. Fill this out so I have your address to mail it to.
Yep, that's what
how I get them to, and the ones that don't do it, I'll email them or message them a couple days later and say, hey, if you can't get that link to work, just send your address here so I can at least continue.
Exactly. I do the same.
Do another one of those jingle bell things that I was doing. They really work for me. Like they blow up my page. So I'm going to do one for Valentine's Day too. I'm going to try to every month one to do because they really are working for me.
Yeah. I wanted to try one. I'm trying to figure out like what wording I wanted to do. I kind of did one when I did my workout, like whoever picks it first or whatever, but I should have said last because I ended up sending Mark a gift. I was trying to get it for a customer to send the Shakeology sample. So I need to think of like how I want to word one, because I want to try one and see if it works. I want to try one both on my like page and on my personal page to send Shakeology samples. But I mean, I don't have that many left, but I still want to try it out and see. So yeah, so the TBB app, I love using it. That's how I send all my orders because it's hard to remember who you send orders to. I mean, I know we have Teamsy and stuff like that for all of that stuff, but it's still very, very difficult. I have Teamsy open, Amy. Do you want me to answer any of your Teamsy questions while we're on here? Because my Teamsy's right here.
No, I think I got it all. I haven't gone in and deleted my tags yet. I have to do that because I have to do it on a desktop. But I think where the problem lies is not Teamsy, it's me. It's me finding out that follow-up. Like you already know, I was putting all my building relationships under follow-ups. And then when I have 150 follow-ups, I'm like, fuck, I can't get to all these people. So I've been just tagging build. So I know I'm building a relationship with them and then just doing follow-ups on people who I sent samples to. But the problem is if I'm talking to them in Messenger, I forget to go in Teamsy. You know what I mean? So it's not,
it hasn't become a habit yet.
It's me. I have to get it down. And I think once I get down understanding that I need to mark everybody for follow-up, it'll work great.
Yeah, it will. Well, that's just like it took you a while with the note cards.
Yeah.
Once you got the flow going, then it was awesome for you. But you got to figure out how the flow works for you. Because the way I do it when I go into my Teamsy, I save my follow-ups last. So I have 40 prospects. I go through my prospects first, and it's basically right down the line. I send them messages and stuff like that. Then I go to my customers. And then I look at my invites like, okay, I didn't invite everybody. Usually my follow-ups or my customers are invites. Like right now, a lot of my customers, I'm inviting them to all access. I'm trying to get all of them to upgrade to all access because once they upgrade to all access, I think they're going to stay more into their programs, which in turn, I think they're going to stay on Shakeology. And I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure we talked about it, but they made some changes to Elite and Premier, where you also will get points, elite points, for your customers that stay on Shakeology. So for every time you have 500 PV of your customers, like combined, for every 500, you get 1 Premier point. So they're trying to get us to focus on our customers and to keep our customers on Shakeology also. So I've just been sending, my all access invitation that I had told you guys I was sending. I've been emailing that or Facebook messaging it to a lot of my customers, trying to get them to utilize the all access and to upgrade. And then if they reach back to me and tell me they're upgrading, then I want to put them in our group on the 30th, because they'll be just getting the access. They don't have to wait for anything, which is another thing. They don't have to wait for their fitness program. They do get, which Lauren got, because she got all access. That's how she signed up. The Portion Fix book, I really, really like it. I was able to look through it yesterday. I helped her do her equation yesterday. So I like it because none of us ever really got the Portion Fix. We just got the 21-day fix with our containers, so the Portion Fix book is really, really cool. It gives them a lot more breakdowns, some different recipes and things like that. So they would have to wait for that in the mail. But that's all that they would have to wait for if they got the bundle. So I go through all my bubbles first, then I go into my follow-ups. And I've been cleaning out my Facebook of like a lot of Juice Plus people that I've talked to that I know that they're, they tell me how great their business is going. So I know they're not really interested in using any Beachbody stuff. So I've been filtering out a lot of those. So like my friend's number has stayed the same, which is good. Trying not to max out. So a lot of times I'll go to try to find someone and they're not in there. So then I then cleaning out my, my Teamsy as well. But that's how I've been using it. And then my follow-ups, when I'm building the relationship, if we're having a good conversation and we're talking about life and we're talking a little bit about what I do and what they do, I put them to follow up. In my follow-up system, I put them for in a couple weeks, just so I don't forget about them because we're having a good dialogue and I don't want to stop that dialogue. But if I'm just sending a, hey girl, how are you? I don't put a follow-up until they respond back to me. Then if they respond back like, hey, I'm good, I'll go into my Teamsy and see if I put a follow-up date. You know what I mean? Because obviously they're willing to connect and they're willing to talk to me. So there's someone I want to make sure I talk to every couple weeks. So then I'll put them as like a 2-week follow-up. But at the beginning, I don't, because I don't know if they're going to respond or not. I also want to tell you guys a little Facebook trick that I kind of learned. You know how we have these free groups and sometimes they have hundreds of people in them. And it's like, how the hell am I going to message every one of these people? I don't have time. So I did some research and I found that the best way to do it is to make an event in the free group, because you can message everybody as a whole. You can do it as a group message, or it can send it separately to each person, but you can send them the same message. So like my free group blew up. It doubled in people just in this 1 week of the crockpot food. Everybody went bananas for the crockpot. So I wanted to be able to message everybody. I wanted to thank them for joining, being a part of it, to see if they have any feedback, maybe something that they would want to do in the next upcoming weeks. Let them give some feedback. It's their group, you know. But so what I did was I did an event for my upcoming challenge group that's going to start on the 30th to see if I could get any of them into the challenge group. I don't know why I never thought to do this. I didn't even realize in a group you can do an event. I don't know why I kind of brain farted on that, because we do it in our team page all the time, but I never thought in my free group, do an event for my next challenge group. Instead of doing a separate event, I could do it in my free group. And then I can invite other people to it. But it invites everyone in that group to that event. So instead of remembering everyone in the group and inviting, and then Facebook cuts you out for the amount of people you can invite to your event, I'm going to do it in the group from now on. Every time I have a challenge group, they'll get used to seeing the events and get invited to it. But then what you can do in the event is, once people start saying they're going or they're interested, you can message everyone in the event. So I did it right in my app. I didn't even have to be on the desktop. And I was able to start the event and then send a message to every single person. So I messaged 400 people in about 2 minutes. And then I sent it separately. So then that way, let me see if I can show you guys on here where it shows up. Let me go into my free group real quick. So that way everybody got a separate message from me. So some of them were me just saying, you know, thanks for being a part of the group, you know, any feedback or whatever. And then the ones that said they were interested or going to my event, they got a different message. It was, I'm so excited that you want to go to my FitSpire event, you know, wanted to chat with you a little bit to make sure you have everything you need to get started when we start on the 30th, blah, 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 you know, and then I'm waiting for them to respond back. So let me see if I can. Oh, you know what? I think it ended up showing up in my events. I had to remember where I ended up seeing it. Yeah. So even though I made the event in my free group, it still shows up under my events on Facebook. And then I was able to, maybe it was on the computer. I'm trying to see how I did it. Maybe it was on here. Let me look. I thought it was in the app. See, I'm not going crazy. I have to find where I did it so I can show you guys, and I'll make a video on it. But it pulls pictures from your group, from the free group that you had going on. But it automatically invited everybody to it. I'm trying to see if it shows it on here, how I sent them all messages. I don't remember where it was. I could have sworn it was in the app, but I'm not seeing it right now. I'll have to mess around with it so I can show you guys. But I was able to send a message to each person, but as a group message. Does that make sense? So instead of it sending it to where everybody was stuck in a big group message, it sent it separately, but everybody got the same message. I'm going to look real quick on here, because maybe it was just in Safari on here, because I should be able to do it again. Because it's funny, because it just popped up. I kept looking for it and looking for it and looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden it popped up saying send messages. Maybe it was under, trying to see if I could find it for you guys. If not, like I said, I'll mess around with it and find it so I can show you. But it was in the actual event itself. And I was able to, I could stop my share. I was able to send their messages. So it's a great way to promote your upcoming challenge group in your free groups. So I like how it's just one ongoing free group, how like Amy, you have your Ladies Inspired Ladies, and I have my Fit for Free. And then that way it's just ongoing. You don't have to constantly worry about opening up a new group. That's what we used to do. It was horrible because if you're just doing it for 5 days and then the next 5 days you're going to do something else, you got to close a group, delete the people, put everybody in the new group. Now it's just adding the new people that are interested. So I think it's a great tool to utilize and just have one group. So if you're running a lot of free groups, one free group would be perfect. And I'll find it. I don't remember where it popped up for me to send the messages. But I'll find that. And then once I find it, I'll do a video and I'll post it in the team page so you guys can see how I sent a message to everybody. Because it definitely helped, because I was like, I got to get a message out to everybody in the group. And then once they respond back, then they'll start going into like my follow-up system in TeamZ. Then I'll put them out for like a week or 2 weeks, or depending on, if they're going to join the group 4 days, you know what I mean? To make sure I follow up with them. Do you guys have any questions on anything? No, you're good? Okay, perfect. Because that's all I wanted to go over with you guys is that app. And then now that we can find it in the back office, they made it a lot easier for us than having to go in and type it in, Safari or whatever. And then check into our page for the local coaches, because we're going to have a meetup. Jen and Mike are here for about a week before they leave to go to Puerto Rico. So we have planned a little local get-together with them. We're going to have some margaritas and dinner. So make sure you check in the team page and comment if you're going to go. That way I can kind of have an idea for a head count, so I can call the place and try to set things up and everything. Try to get us a little area. So, all right, guys, if nobody has anything else, I'm going to go so I can get a little work done and then sweat my butt off in the garage and get my workout in. Have a good rest of your Saturday, guys.
Bye.
Bye.